Okay, so where was like, okay, you're not guaranteed a job immediately after you graduate from art college. Sometimes you are lucky to even get any in with getting an interview in like maybe half a year or so. And then you might get rejected for someone else. And I don't work in the industry, so I cannot say, but I follow other people who actually do work in the industry and have had experience in the industry. And they'll definitely tell you, yeah, they're either drowning in debt, or maybe after 10 years, after a decade, they just finished out paying that debt. I got scammed once, and that was my fault. Be very careful about accepting interviews on LinkedIn. I know it's easy to just take everything at face value at LinkedIn, but if you can, check to see if you can contact the official company or human HR or human resources on that company's actual website and make sure, because I ended up falling for a fake interview and losing a lot of money. Thankfully, I could pay it off. Some friends helped me out, my family helped me out, and I also was able to find a job in time to pay off the rest of that giant overdraft fee. Oh god. So much of my soul was just sucked out. And I became even more meaner than ever. Yeah, I became even more of a mean person after that. I'll say this, yeah, I'm not very... I don't know, I think I've just gotten more unhinged over the years. Moving on, what are you pursuing for art college? What were you pursuing in art college? Well, originally? I don't know if it's give advice, because I'll definitely say all other artists too will probably tell you, hey, you really don't have to. In fact, you should. But if you benefit from a traditional class academic setting, then yes, you might. And sometimes these art colleges have lots of ties, have lots of guest speakers, and they also have a lot of career ties. That's also, they have connections. If they have connections and they have teachers that actually do have experience in that industry or are still currently, then yeah, that's, if you're willing, then you're more than as long as you know what you're getting to. I think what happens is they get these new students, especially with like fresh out of high school, they get the misinterpretation of thinking, once I graduate, I'll be set and ready to work. No, that's not always. You were originally in there for mechanical engineering. If you can, either locally, if you can, find a live drawing workshop, like the traditional, like there's a person modeling or posing for 5 minutes or 1 minute, and you just learning how to sketch and do gesture drawings and then do pose drawings. Those are very fundamental, because not only are you learning how to draw the human anatomy and the body, you are also starting to learn a new way of thinking and how you approach drawing any subject. Because once you start learning how to draw the human anatomy, then you're gonna have to start applying what you learned with observing the human body and then observing the world around you. So that's the thing. It's like, start off with those. Critical thinking nowadays is just not like taught, I don't think. And it's not emphasized. They just think more like memoric knowledge. It's like, no. You want people to know how to go out and find information, not just to be spoon-fed. You want them to teach students and any children, as this is a very critical life skill as an adult, to go out and find information of your own, to seek knowledge of your own, to find resources on your own. Sometimes you can't find it on your own, but that's why you also learn how to rely on others. But I see, unfortunately, there's very less emphasis on working together as much nowadays. It's always like, pull yourself by yourself, the bootstraps. That's not true. No one can do everything by themselves. My mom definitely couldn't have pulled off going to the booth by herself. It was also a good experience for me too. I really do want to go to anime conventions though, but I wonder if it's too late. Right now though, I don't have a lot of plans, because I really want to pad out my portfolio with some new stuff, like especially my graphic design work, because I don't want to work in retail anymore. I don't want to. If I'm gonna get stressed out with trying to do jobs that I really don't give a shit about, then I might as well be more stressed out doing something that I actually give a shit about and I'm competent about. Now, though, however, I do have to change my attitude. Just because it's not the job I want or like or find myself in, doesn't mean I have to be such a massive bitch. So, humility. Humility first. Because if your attitude is not good in the crappy job, what's that gonna say about you in your so-called dream job? I wanna make sure I still, whatever task, I should still approach it with the same attitude I can. Do my utmost best and just give my whatever I can. So before you do anything, I would say take some local classes or some online classes. Nowadays, there are so much resources online for free or for much more affordable pricing that you're not gonna drown in debt. You will not drown in debt. It's either a one and done deal, just buy a course. Of course now, be very wary. Some artists can make some BS courses and charge you quite a bit. I would rather you go to a more well-known established artist and learn from them. Like for example, I did not complete their course and I don't know if I still have access to their material enough, but at that time I made the mistake. Make sure you have enough time to devote yourself because you're gonna be drawing a lot of homework. Whatever homework and task they give you, you're gonna be drawing some stuff that you think is gonna be boring. Guess what? You gotta nail that boring fundamentals first. You can mix up fundamentals and fun stuff together, like balance what time you can devote it to. When it's directly linked to whatever assignment they give you, stick to that assignment and their parameters, because there's a reason to whatever they're doing. What was it? Yun Kim? I think I took a class, but unfortunately, I was not able to follow it. And I paid quite a bit of money for it. I really regret paying for another course, which I had no time for. Make sure you have enough time, or you can juggle whatever time you get. And just so you know, your first time, you're gonna suck, okay? You're gonna suck, and that's fine. You got to shovel through and push through. And don't feel pressured into doing anything perfect. No one started out perfect. I sure as fucking hell did not start out perfect when I was young. I can tell you that. And I can say a decade ago, I was able to pump through it, but then it's like, oh wait, that's right. I had a lot more free time back then. Ooh, Instagram? Are you talking about the reels? Okay, I have some caveats, some beef to pick with those TikTok or like really short reel tutorials. Like sure, they give you cheats and tips, but nothing really foundational in the long term. You want to get some fundamentals down first. And then what are the cheats and tips you could add to that to process and make yourself more efficient. But you want to get your skill, your fundamentals down first. Will they help you? Yes, they'll help you. But it's not going to always make you a better drawer, so yeah. If they have simple posts with actual tutorial steps, then yes. I'm talking about like stuff that's like 60 seconds. That kind of stuff where it's like, okay, 60 seconds and just simplifying everything like that. You're taking out so many intricacies of certain things. And this is where I fear, like, some people are warning, like, this newer generation gonna be dumber because their attention span cannot hold on for longer than a minute. That's not great.